Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, and this is going to be the losers match from Group E of the MSL. It's going to be Free versus Firebat Hero. Both players struggling in their PvT/TVP matchups. And yeah, both of them looking for kind of redemption in their matchups, trying to take down the other. Both of them, you know, looked somewhat not on top of their game in their first games of this group. So one of them will have a chance at redemption, and the other one will be going home. And yeah, we will see what happens. And it looks like we're gonna jump right in. It's gonna be Firebat Hero in blue in the top right, and then Free in the bottom right in what's this color? I think it was purple, but I'm not completely sure. It might have been something else. Nope, it's not purple, it's brown. So Free is in brown, Firebat Heroes in blue, and this is Dante's pink. So, what are we going to see in this game? I don't know. After that last game where 12 next into try and defend with a cannon into... I don't know what the hell was going on. That was a messed up game. Two tanks coming in there and just cleaning up shop. Stork just not having enough to defend. And he didn't put down any more cannons. I think that might have been a mistake. He didn't put down a cannon. After his first one went down, he didn't try and put down another cannon. I guess he didn't expect there to be more pressure coming his way. But I think a cannon could have helped because there was no siege. That cannon, you know, would have at least been in range. I mean, tanks take down cannons pretty quickly, but they will at least keep the mines down. They'll keep the vultures and the marines back, and let your dragoons be able to do that much more work. So, and considering he didn't have a second gateway up for very long, I think that might have been a wise choice for him. But as they say, hindsight is 20/20. And looks like we're gonna have more of a standard play from Free here with that gateway going up. So he has not gone for a 12 next in his. He did not go for a 12 next in his first game, and not going to go for a 12 next in his second game. And should he win, he will not be going for a 12 next in his third game because he will be playing Stork in a PvP. And yeah, you don't go 12 next in PvP. You just don't do it. At least not on the pro level. Maybe you can get away with it. Maybe you can forge fast expand on like ICUP or something against Protoss. I don't know. Maybe. That could be pretty amusing if you tried it. Not something I know. Not something I have ever tried. And Rax and Refinery going up for Mind, and Core going up for Free. So this is going to be a pretty normal game. Did I say Mind? I meant Firebat Hero. Yeah, Firebat Hero, not Mind. I'm actually like rendering the movie for the VOD for set 2, and I just looked over and I saw set 2, Mind versus Free. So then I'm like, oh, of course, it's Mind versus Free. Free's playing, so we must be playing Mind. And yeah, so that didn't really work. So it sounded better in my head when I thought Mind was playing, but he's not. And Firebat Hero sending out his SCV Scout, and Free not sending out an SCV Scout because he's 10-15 gating. Free is 10-15 gating, going hyper pressure. This is usually a build you see for maps with no ramp or reverse ramp. So, for example, Medusa or Aztec. I actually haven't seen it on Aztec yet, but I imagine that it could work on Aztec. The old map Byzantium. You know, Longinus. There's a bunch of others. Just any map where your main either has a reverse ramp, where your main's on the low ground, or where there is no ramp, then 10-15 gate is a possibility. Fortress is another possibility, but it's kind of fallen out of favor, 10-15 gate, for whatever reason. With Terrans just getting better and better at playing defense with their SCVs and guarding for their tanks. I think that's what it comes down to. And Terrans have also, Terrans have just gotten really good with their SCVs at playing defense. I think that's the biggest thing. We do have a starport for Firebat Hero, so it looks like we're going to be seeing some dropship play. I really don't think we're going to be seeing Wraith play. Wraiths are just too fragile. I mean, they die to... I don't know exactly how many, but it's really not a lot of not very many Dragoon shots for them to die, and cloaking is so expensive, and you're really just doing little piddling damage to a Protoss player. That's usually very rarely see a Terran player even bother to build Wraiths except for anti-dropship play. Or anti-carrier play, depending. So, I think Free, where is he going? I mean, Free knows where Firebat Hero is. I'm not entirely certain why he's sending his Dragoons out here like this. Yeah, not really sure what's going on with Free. Sending his Dragoons on kind of a weird route. Maybe he was going for kind of a backstab or something. Or maybe he suspected this Vulture. If he suspected this Vulture, he's just too cool. Or unless it popped out while his probe was there and I just wasn't like paying attention. I didn't see it or something. But he doesn't pick off the Vulture. Now the Vulture's heading towards his base. So this could actually end up being problematic for him. And now he has to reveal the fact that he has 4 Dragoons. So I think that's what he was trying to do. He's trying to hide his Dragoon count. And that unfortunately did not work at all for him. So it's been revealed that he's got 4 Dragoons. And now I don't really know. So it's not going to be too much of a surprise for Firebat Hero anymore, provided that he's still on his game, still remembers what a 10-15 gate looks like. I don't even know how much they practice against 10-15 gate. It's become so rare that as long as he remembers what a 10-15 gate looks like and what to watch out for, he'll know what it is. And Free, it looks like Free might have actually been completely nullified by these mines. Looks like he's decided to back off completely, and maybe he'll just sit tight and go for an expansion. Either that or he's waiting for enough of a Dragoon count that he can destroy mines. And we're going to have a Vulture drop coming up pretty shortly here. There it is. The Vulture is getting picked up, and they're going right into the main. And there are no Dragoons in there right now. They're all out at the front. Luckily, they're not like too far back. And Free is going to be able to try and get back here to try and defend this. And he's sending in a Dragoon, and they're going to let that one sacrifice itself for the mines, it looks like. And will he be able to defend this properly? He's lost 1 Dragoon. He's starting to lose some probes, but his Dragoons have gotten into position, and his probes doing a pretty good job of blocking those the Vulture movement. But there's 1 Vulture at the bottom that's getting a bunch of kills, 4 kills. So he actually did pretty well against 3 of the Vultures, but that 1 Vulture, unfortunately, would not get trapped and got 6 kills. So that 1 Vulture did a lot of damage there. That 1 Vulture really made that entire drop pay for itself, basically. The other Vultures got enough kills to certainly make it pay for itself. And what did he cancel? I didn't even see what he canceled. Maybe it was a gateway. It probably I don't know what it was. It might have been a gateway because it just doesn't have the money for it anymore. Looks like the dropship even survived. It dropped off the troops and then ran away. And 3 facts going out for Firebat Hero as soon as they complete. And Free has this natural expansion going, and Mind almost has this natural expansion, or Firebat Hero almost has this natural expansion going. Man, I keep saying that. I need to control myself. Need to control that. And still no observers. We have the Cybernetics, we have the Robo and the Observer out, and the Observatory out, just waiting for that Observer to come out, and then he can try and be a little bit more aggressive, maybe push out with these Dragoons, and try and do some damage. Since we haven't seen much of the tank count, and because Firebat Hero has invested so much in that dropship attack, if he doesn't continue to use that dropship effectively, go for continuous drops or something like that, that may end up actually hurting Firebat Hero. I mean, yeah, he got like 8-9 probes, something like that, but all that investment means that he doesn't have any tanks, or his tank count is extremely low. And that can be very damaging and hurtful to a Terran player. And it looks like he's countered that by putting on a bunch of machine shops and building a bunch of tanks. So it looks like he's going to be okay on that front. Looks like he was, looks like Firebat Hero actually had like a plan going into this game. Look at this. Oh, oh wow. I thought Free was about to eat a spider mine. That would have been upsetting if he had eaten that spider mine. And mine being placed at the 3rd base for Free, so he's not, or yeah, so see, he's not going to be able to take that base. And it does look like we're gonna have some more Vulture play, and I think Free suspects this because those Dragoons are going down there not just for the Vulture, but hopefully his game sense, his Spidey's game sense is tingling, and he's prepared for this dropship. And he actually has a couple Dragoons sitting inside of his base, anticipating future drops. So any sort of a Vulture drop, 2 or 3, even a 4 Vulture drops, 2 Dragoons will at least be able to do some damage and keep it down. And Dragoon's going to try and pick up this dropship. They are not going to have any luck because that dropship can just sort of sit wherever it wants to and survive. And that SCV that's building that academy, if it ends up completing it on the bottom, oh, that would have been hilarious. If it had completed it on the bottom, it would have been trapped, and he would have had to wait for the dropship to come get it, which would have been very, very funny. Comsat station's coming up, and we do have observers, and now we have Zealots starting to come out. We got Shuttle out, so it looks like he's actually going to go Reaver. So Free is going to go Reaver, which is really cool when it works, and devastating if you don't do it properly, if you don't do it well, and you just lose the Reaver basically for nothing. It can be very, very, very detrimental to your game. It can basically lose you a game because you've invested so much into it. With that support bay, with the shuttle, with the Reaver itself. and all of the micro that you're spending on it, which doesn't really have a cost in terms of minerals and gas, but micro is definitely a significant cost as well in its own way. So we've got this observer tracking the movement of this army, and does Free even have enough to deal with this? I mean, he's got a bunch of dragoons, and he's probably got a couple zealots in that shuttle, so if he can time it where mines are, he might actually be able to drag, maybe, and he's actually going to try and use that Reaver, and he does get one Scarab off, so those are some damaged tanks, and he could try and do some Zealot Bombs along with it, and he is going to try and do some Zealot Bombs with that. Oh, wow. Not able to quite get in there. Needs more Zealots to try and take damage from him. There's enough tanks in there that now he needs Zealots to try and take the damage for those, for the Dragoons particularly. And he's going to go for more Zealot Bombs, and he is going to get... Oh, you needed to get the shot off with that Reaver! Oh, that could have been good. That could have gotten a... oh, the shuttle goes down with the Reaver inside of it, so that's going to be that, I think. Firebat here just sticks to his gun and advances. He's dead. There's very little recovering from that. That is tough to recover from. He was losing a shuttle with the Reaver inside. That is real tough. Free is in huge trouble here. Huge trouble. This is going to be so hard for him to defend. And now there's a dropship coming in to drop his base as well. And that's going to divert his attention, going to ruin his economy, because he can't afford to keep Dragoons in his base now because he needs everything to deal with the army. And now that there's a drop going on inside of his main, he's just completely screwed. This is, oh man, this is so bad for Free. So bad. So bad. But luckily these vultures are kind of being retarded, so there's something. And Firebat Hero has forced, I mean, he has forced Free back into his natural expansion. This is ugly. That dropship going to go down. Some bad return micro going on there from Firebat here. There's 4 Dragoons left outside of the natural expansion. For the most part, it's basically all sitting in the natural expansion, basically the entire army. And now the tanks are going to start peppering all over the natural expansion. This game is over, folks. Unless Free's got something special, maybe another Reaver and some pristine micro. I mean, those tanks are actually kind of clumped up, so maybe if you can go in there with some phenomenal, I mean, real good Reaver micro, but look at all these turrets that are coming up. So many turrets. And trying to do some Zealot Bombs. That shuttle is about to go down. And here comes the final push out. There's no more Zealots to defend. And this is going to be GG as all these Dragoons die. And that's going to be that. Free falls again. His slump continues. And Free not in good shape. I actually picked Free coming out of this match, this group. I really thought that he could. Stork and Free, I thought were just strong enough in PvT that they would both advance out of this group. Fortunately, I was wrong, so Firebat Hero is going to go on to the final match, and he's going to play Stork again. So we're going to have a rematch on La Mancha. A PvT rematch on La Mancha. So we'll see what happens there. Firebat Hero versus Stork coming at you. It's going to be the final match in just a few moments.